Hey guys, the first video lesson we're going to talk about is how to download an app. First of all, what is this to me? But if you've never used one, the term may be Greek to you. App is short for application. An application is a piece of software that's primarily used on a phone or a tablet. Applications also reside on desktop computers, but those applications are usually something like Microsoft Office, a pretty big, expensive program, costs a lot of money. You install them on your machine and you purchase a license for using the programs. In this case, we're talking about apps that you download to your mobile device, either your smartphone, your tablet, or a laptop. The main software still resides out there online in cyberspace in the cloud and not on your mobile device. A certain bit of software certainly is downloaded on the device to allow you to access the app, but not all of it. Most apps are actually free to use, but some do cost a bit of money. The most important part of the equation is locating the apps button. It may look like either of these pictures, but it should be easily recognizable. It'll usually be somewhere on your main screen when you turn your phone, your laptop, or your tablet on. On my smartphone, it looks like this. All the other little pictures that you see do different things. If you take your finger and touch the icon, it'll take you to another screen. You can see here that I've got a music software program. I've got my Starbucks app. I've got Google Maps. This is your email. You've got a contact database. You've got a messaging section where you can send text back and forth. You've got a calendar. You've got Google applications. You've got the internet. You've got camera. You've got all kinds of good stuff. But let's go ahead and click on the little icon that looks like that. It's a little round white icon, or it looks like a gear. We're going to click on that. When we do that, it'll take us to another screen that looks like this. And you'll see at the top it says apps, right? So when you're using a smartphone or a tablet or a laptop, you do what's called swiping. I'm sure you've done it before. You can either swipe up and down, or you can swipe sideways, horizontally. Whenever you swipe, let's say if I swipe sideways that way, it's going to take me to another screen of apps. So this is not the only screen that I have of apps that are installed on my machine. I have more. If I swipe, I'll get a different screen. If I want to go back to this, I swipe the other way. Okay, so that's called swiping. Alrighty, so what we're looking for here is we're looking for something called Google Play or Play Store. Usually these icons are in order of alphabet, as you can see, D, E, F, G, blah, blah, blah. Now, this says Play Store. Sometimes it might say Google Play, but it lets us download apps. So we're going to click on that. When we do click on it, you'll see a Google Play with a little box here. Now, for the purpose of this exercise, we're going to learn how to download Facebook and Skype. Now, Facebook and Skype may both be preloaded on the device, as they're common. If you scroll through these icons by using the swipe like we just did, you might see them. If you can click on them and they'll open and you can begin immediately without downloading. But for the purpose of this exercise, we're going to download Skype. So you're going to be put your finger, click in Google Play, with your finger. Once you do, your keypad's going to come up and you're going to type the word Skype. Once you start typing, usually stuff will populate. As you can see, it says Skype down here. So once I start typing Skype, if I see it come up, I can just click on this right here and it'll carry on for me. Or I can click on this magnifying glass down here to make that happen. Once we do that, we're going to come into this screen, and this one, mine says open. But if you don't have it installed on your machine, it's going to say install. Okay, and it'll be also in a little green box. But what you're going to do is click on the install button to install Skype. Once you do that, it's going to download for you, and then it will pop up and it will say open, like that one that you just saw, like the one we looked at just the screen before this. So you'll click on that. Once you click on open, it's going to come up and it's going to want you to put in a Skype name, email, or phone number. If you don't have one of those, you're going to come up with something, okay? Whatever you want your friends and family, whoever you're Skyping with, to find you by, So you can either use your email, phone, or make up a Skype name. And you're going to type it in that box. What I made up was, I made up just my name, Sandie.Dickens, right? So I put that in there, and Skype will either like it or not. If it's already taken, if the name's taken, it will suggest some alternatives to you that you may want to use, okay? If you don't like those, you can just type something else until you find something that it accepts and likes. And then you're going to click on the arrow, and then it's going to come up and it's going to ask you to put a password in. Usually with passwords, as you know, you're going to have to probably have a capital letter. You're going to have some numbers in there too, sometimes even a special character like an exclamation mark or something. But if you type a password in, make sure that you use something that you can easily remember and write it down somewhere. Yeah, if you don't, you know what happens? You will forget, which I've done many times. So once you type the password in there and it likes it, you're going to click on the arrow and carry on. Type it in. This arrow comes up. Click on it. Okay, then it goes out and it checks stuff out and it sets all that stuff up for you. And then when it gets done, it pops up and says you're done. And in my case, it's got my picture there. Yours probably won't say that. It'll just, there won't be a picture. It'll say whatever your ID was, but there won't be a picture. You can add that later. Yeah. So this is how you set up Skype. You have to also set up, it'll take you through a process of setting up a webcam and your microphone, okay? But the actual program is now installed on your device, and you have actually accomplished your first download of an app. Yay, congratulations. And you can see with mine, these are the people that I've added. There are a couple of people that I'm in contact with. There's a separate section for adding friends and such. And we'll go through that, but right now we're working on the download and it's done. Fini. Congratulations. Well done.